When determining how victory conditions could be measured, it occurred to me that there were at least 4 discrete metrics vying for consideration. Each would need to be factored in so that the final result could sufficiently appease each standard to produce an irrefutable victory, thus securing my legacy as the best sim ever. Number 1. How is success measured or victory measured in life? Number 2. How would I adjust the standard for a simulation with different rewards and consequences? Number 3, what are the core values of the community? And number 4, what are the mechanics and reward systems of the game itself? Each of these overlaps considerably with the others, so instead of explaining how each is met individually, I'll reference them as needed. To get things going, I first looked to the community page to see what was held in high esteem in a sim. What appears to appear more than anything else is what I would call the Dorian Gray archetype. Young, skilled, and pretty. So, naturally, I named and modeled my sim after Dorian Gray. Sim. Next, I snagged myself the swankiest apartment I could barely afford in a big city and shot like a rocket to the top of the business career while shooting my proverbial... Seriously? While shooting my proverbial rocket. Sorry. All around town. Yo, I don't want to say... After having my fun and mastering my career, it was time to settle down with the goodliest and most high-status woman in the game, Bella Goth. Of course, simply breaking up a family would have left complicated and ugly baggage, reduced my overall score, and most importantly, hurt my ego. So, for these reasons, creative solutions were made, and the widow clause was enacted. Sorry. After waiting 2 days, allowing Bella to properly grieve her family, I made my way over to the to Bella's home to court the vulnerable widow. Wasting no time, within a few hours we were engaged and married just a few hours after that. Now, it was time to start a family. Just as soon as we returned home, we began work in creating our replacement population of 1 male and 1 female child. The ideal family size for a dying world. Sorry. While I continued raking in the big bucks as a businessman, I began moonlighting as an author to secure additional fame and fortune, using nothing but my hard-earned business dough and a small dowry of the entire goth fortune. Sorry. We moved from my starter apartment, which I now regarded as gauche and passé, to a primo penthouse, hence called Grey Tower. As the years flew by, I saw to it that my children were excellent students, well on the path to becoming successful, multi-talented adults. Each was made to take on a productive and ambitious hobby to promise maximum breadth of bragging points when hobnobbing with fellow aristocrats. Then it hit me. Something was wrong. It was like, in a single moment, something shook me out of the spell I'd been in for, like, almost my entire life. I was so intoxicated by my own success that I hardly stopped to take a look at everything that was happening around me. My kids were almost grown up. Did I miss something? Bella and I were getting older too. Okay, I got it. During the sudden and arguably premature death of my wife, I was able to find love again, as I thought I never might. However, my new bride was cut of the cloth of lesser people and had to undergo extensive treatment to be of the caliber requisite of the Gray family. Once she was good and dolled up, it was time to plug a baby into her and begin my new career in entertainment. I would quickly master this career as well, bringing my score nearly off the charts. As I pulled nearer to my twilight years as an entertainer, my now adult children followed in my footsteps and went into business. They even got married. To other people. They got married to... They got married to other people. Speaking of marriage, my wife Dina got old and drowned, so... tragic. Of course, in my grief, it was only justified that I would look for love once again, and naturally, when no woman left in town had the looks and pedigree I hoped for, I had no option. Literally no option but to exhume the daughter of my first late wife, make a deal with death, leverage my ongoing role in her mortality into a marriage upon her maturation, and once again have extensive surgeries and a makeover performed on her. Literally no option. Now that I'd moved into old age and my family was doing so well, it seemed time again for a final career change. I had already mastered business and entertainment, so for my final act, I decided to enter the political career. Of course, I was quickly taking off here as well. As I rose up through the ranks of politics, so did my wife and children in their careers. Cassandra was becoming a very successful artist, my son Dorian Jr. had left business to become an athlete, and my lovely daughter Lucia was nearly at the top of the business ladder. Very proud of her. You know, I've said that if Lucia weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. Wait. Oh my god. Oh my... Hey guys, so we all have fun here, right? Well, I happen to learn a lot about myself while filming this last video, and it might have just been a good time for you, but for me this is what I call life. And now that I've come to this new understanding about myself, I'd really like to share that with all of you here today. And so, in the name of progress, in the name of self-understanding, me and my new identity here, we're gonna get better acquainted, and I hope you all join me.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that